And cloud migrations are upon us, and it impacts your career. And if you don't want to get stuck with a solution that does not meet your departments, your teams, your day-to-day tasks, needs, and goals, you must have a seat at the table. It is a requirement. So how does this happen? So many times I'm talking to organizations, I'm talking to business leaders, and they're like, I'm doing a lot of manual tasks. I'm doing a lot of manual processes to compensate for what my solution does not do. And so I'm asking, well, how did this happen? Well, how did you get this solution? Well, this, person made the decision that, this leader made the decision. And what we come to find out is that, the decision was made based on a compliance or security or a integration need, and not necessarily the departments and the business unit, right? The business user who's going to actually be using the solutions day-to-day needs. And so while I have a solution that has the capability to maybe scale some things from a security or compliance perspective, it does not meet the end user's scalability needs. Okay. And so how does this happen? It's because you, right, business leader, business owner of this particular process or department does not have a seat at the table. So it is imperative that as your organization is having more conversations around AI, migrating to the cloud, you have a seat at that table. At least be in the same building, okay? If you're not a decision maker, have a seat at the table. And so how you do that, how you strategically position yourself to have a seat at the table is by getting outside of your silo, okay? You gotta stop this and you gotta look up. Right? Because so many times as business, and I'm guilty, I used to do this all the time. I'm such a lover of workforce management. And so I would be in my workforce management bubble, looking at all the data, looking down, right? But I need to look up. You have to look up. You have to come out of your silo, which is why I'm always talking about workforce management needs to be in everybody's business. Right? You need to be in marketing's business. You need to be in the sales leader's business. You need to be in HR's business. You need to be in IT's business. You need to be in everybody's business, okay, in the organization, because as these decisions are being made, you can't be in your little silo talking about, I produce the schedules, I do the forecast, or no, this can't happen. You need to understand look more holistically at the organization. What is our product or service? How does it get delivered to the customer? How does our marketing initiatives produce demand for the business? Remember, workforce management is it's about supply and demand. Hey there, it's Juanita Coley here, and I want to personally invite you to book a WFM support call if you're currently transitioning into a new WFM solution, or you're on the market for a new WFM solution. Trying to purchase a new WFM tool can be a daunting task because so many options that are out on the market. Workforce management is our niche skill set. Our superpower is being able to align that niche skill set with your CX, your customer experience, and your employee experience goals. And so I want to talk to you to make sure that while you're transitioning into a new WFM solution, or you're purchasing a new WFM solution, it does not impact your customer experience and your employee experience negatively. So if that is you, book a call, and I'm excited to talk to you. See you soon. Bye. We always say this in workforce management. It's about having the right people in the right place at the right time to serve the needs of the customer. And so when we think about serving the needs of the customer, that means that we have to understand the demand. How is the needs of the customer make it to the business in the first place so that we can accurately and adequately serve them? And so in order to do that, we have to move outside of the silo of just the tactical nature of the things that we do. It is very much so needed. The tactical nature of what we do as workforce management professionals is definitely needed, right? The technical things like looking at the historical data, analyzing the data, forecasting, scheduling, intraday. But those are just the tactical things. You need to, as a business leader, as a workforce management leader, as a workforce management practitioner, right? As an enthusiast, you need to not only understand the tactical nature and be able to understand, okay, I need to, analyze the data. I need to be able to forecast. I need to be able to schedule. I need to be able to do intraday, what I like to call the core four of workforce management. Yes, you need to be able to do that, but you got to look up. Okay, you got to look up and look around so that you can be able to pivot, turn your neck, pivot, understand what's happening in HR. Okay, understanding, are we having hiring shortages because right now there's a lot of quiet quitting going on, or the pandemic happened and all of these, what's happening from a how do we get resources in the business, because that's going to fundamentally help you understand when I'm forecasting and when I'm looking at different things in the business around how I schedule, the types of schedules that I'm offering, where our resources are coming from, how we help the business be able to navigate these times, right? And so what I'm talking about specifically today is about AI and cloud migrations. This is a conversation that you cannot afford to not be a part of, okay? Because it's going to impact your career. As these workforce management solutions engages more with AI, and they're aligning themselves more and more with the contact center solutions, the CCAS solutions, you need to be able to make sure that whoever's making that decision in your organization around the CRM tool, around the CCAS solution, the contact center as a service, contact center as a service, you need to be able to understand, hey, why are we picking this solution? Does it integrate with this solution? How does the data get to me? When the data does get to me, in what format is it? How does this impact my processes? You need to be able to understand these things, and you need to be able to ask the questions. You need to be asking questions like, okay, how does this work? Am I okay with not getting this piece of scalability out of the tool? So yes, I'm getting this solution, but I'm only going to be able to use maybe 30% of the solution. What processes then do I need to put in place to compensate for that? You need to be at the table to ask these questions. Okay. So the point of this video, right? The point of this conversation is really, I see this all the time. I see this all the time where there is a business user, right? So a department leader who is saying, "Oh, well, yeah, I'm not using this," or, "Oh, I can't do this. I can't offer, I can't automate my time off processes because I can't do X, Y, and Z." Or, yeah, the data doesn't come directly in. We have to upload a FTP file, or whatever the case may be. Okay. And so as businesses are now starting to make more of a shift and put it more of a focus on AI and cloud migrations, because a lot of organizations are still very much so premise. As organizations are starting to make that decision, you need to know how that impacts the solutions that you have. You also need to understand who's making that decision in your organization and build relationship. Understand what's important to them. Okay. You can't stay in the silo. So I hope that this was helpful. My name is Juanita Coley, the CEO and founder of Solid Rock Consulting. We are the people that organizations call when they want to have culture, but they want to have it efficiently. We are a workforce management, customer experience, and workforce and employee experience organization. I hope this was helpful. If you have any other questions, until next time, you already know what to do. Go be great, and let's make impact. See y'all soon. Bye.